Good morning. Welcome to Red River Maple Syrup. This is the day we've been waiting on for the last since about mid-September. We started at 4 a.m. this morning. It's Wednesday. I do not know the date, but it's the day after yesterday, if anybody has any question. But been waiting for daylight to come around so we can get some video footage here. We're going to turn this around just to show you what we got going on. When we went to bed last night, or when we went and checked the tank, we had 50 gallons in it, and the goal was hoping that we would have 100 gallons in it. And we had right at 150 gallons this morning when we checked it at 4 a.m. It's flowing like a water hose still, and we're getting about 25 to 35 gallons an hour, Joe. 25 to 35 gallons an hour into our tank, something like that. That's a wild, educated guess. So I'm going to turn this around here and try to show you. And if the light's bad, bear with us. It's starting to get daylight, and we'll have some video footage throughout the day. Folks, if you was just here and could smell this already, this is unreal. Smelling sweet. And again, we was going to attempt to do this, but we was going to wait till next season. And then about September, we went crazy and said, okay, we'll throw it together. And we've got right at 200 taps. We might be at a 198 or 199, something like that. And then what we've collected in sap, or what's collecting in the sap right now, is just what we got tapped on the lines. We have about maybe 25 or 30 buckets out that we've not even checked yet. So we are in the cooking mode. Joe's going at it like a wild man. And we're having fun. We started at 4, and it's roughly maybe 8 o'clock right now, something like that. So we're getting us a system going down anyway. And again, this is not a how-to video by no means. We're just having fun. So we'll run this a little bit, and we'll take a few shots throughout the day. We started this morning at 4 a.m. We thought we would have lucky to have 100 gallons of sap this morning, and we woke up and we had 150 gallons of sap. The sap is still running just as fast as we're drawing it off. I forget the math we've done here. We're boiling a little bit over 20 gallons an hour, we think, and we're just having all kinds of fun. It's Red River Maple Syrup. I'm just going to let it play, and we'll fast forward it along here. Check our redneck sauna out. We got the steam rolling here. What Joe is doing, if you can see through the steam, is he's playing a musical sap. Basically what he's doing here, this one here is just kind of warming the sap here off the stovepipe, just sitting here. And then he will work his sap over towards the middle. End of this one right here is probably our finished pan. So he'll take sap from this one, put over to here, sap from this one, put over to here, and our warmer into there. And he's doing the same thing from both ends. So he's working it from one end to the other. So we got fresh sap going into here, and we're kind of meeting the two in the middle. A little bit backwards than what some other folks do, but this is our just backyard maple syrup and our little throw together evaporator. So far, so good. If the camera could only smell how good it smells out here. I've heard people say that on YouTube, but I had no idea what they was talking about. But now, it's smelling good. We're just going back and forth here as we're cooking along. Any idea what time it is, Joe? Okay, Joe and I have discovered one thing with maple syrup. 1 o'clock. We started at 4 and now 1, so we're doing okay. I think we've done 155 gallons of sap so far, something like that. But we have discovered one thing, and that one thing is maple syrup should be about $500 an ounce, as we have learned. But boy, does it smell good here. Again, this is our first year attempt to do maple syrup, and we've been taking y'all along for the ride along the way. And Joe has not stopped. He's not sat down, I don't think. And we're still just cooking along here. You can check us out on Red River Maple Syrup on Facebook, Instagram. You also can find us Red River Honey and Bees, and you can see the bee operation over there as we go along with it. And again, by no means this is not a how-to video. This is how we're going to do video. When we mess up and burn something, we're going to do it again and do it differently. So again, we're just taking you along for the ride, and hopefully we'll get you some more footage throughout the day here. Sap is actually still running. It's slowed down. We have probably right at 100 gallons still left in the tank. Hello, folks. Welcome back. We want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of y'all who have either commented, subscribed, watched, replied, whatever you've done thus far. We appreciate it. We think it's pretty cool when you have someone saying, you know, I've been doing maple syrup for 40 plus years, and here's some pointers. You know, for someone who has that much knowledge and experience to take the time to kind of lead an individual in a right direction or a better direction. We think that's a pretty good honor, and we appreciate any and all comments, good or bad. Again, by no means we've stressed that this is not a how-to video. This is a video of us taking on this adventure in our endeavors, and it's been pretty cool. But just kind of recapped of where we're at the moment for the folks have watched it. We started last Wednesday, and I believe that was the 24th, and don't hold that to me. We started at 4 a.m. on that date, and we cooked Wednesday day, Wednesday night. We cooked Thursday day, Thursday night, and we cooked probably up to about 11:30 on Friday morning, and we just ran out of time in prior commitments. So we've had some good things. We've had some bad things. Some good things. Our little homemade evaporator we had set up, not knowing what it could do or would do, it turned out great. It done what it's supposed to do for the setup that we have. And again, this is backyard maple syrup production, nothing fancy, no bells and whistles. A lot of labor, as we've learned, but the evaporator did good for what we had. The firewood usage, which I feared would be, I was envisioning a lot of firewood, and we did not use a lot of firewood those 2.5 days or whatever it was. So that's kind of good. Some of the cons or things that we have to work on, or we're going to work on for improvement with efficiencies. By the way, I'm in downtown Lexington, and when you got someone sitting in the car and nobody else with you, and you're talking to yourself, they kind of look at you funny, but that's okay. I'm used to that. I get looked at funny a lot. So, but anyway, the efficiencies part of it we got a collection tank set up probably about 250-300 yards from where we was boiling. Transporting the sap back and forth was a lot of labor intensity. So that's something we're going to put on the list for next year. So you know we're already bitten by this thing because we're already talking about next year. but we're going to work on going ahead and running tubing from that point down to where we're boiling to take out some of the steps and labor and the process of getting the sap to the location. And we think we can easily just by adding some tubing. So that was a part that we didn't really that caused a little bit more work. The other part that I'm still struggling with um, is the filtering process. The filtering process, we're just using the cone filters, which is to me the biggest pain that we've felt so far. Just you work so hard for this stuff, and going through that cone filter, it's wasteful. You lose a lot of maple syrup, and it's very valuable when you're basically pouring it down the drain, and that's aggravating. Um, so the filtering process is something that we are a priority for even this year of improving on what we're doing. We're trying to come up with something other to make it work better, just to get us through this season. So, and then we'll think beyond that for next season. But the filtering process is probably the most uh, aggravating thing at this point. But we will conquer. Um, so that's one part. But it's been actually fun, not knowing anything about the maple syrup production. We felt like we have learned a lot. We felt like we've done some things right and we've done some things wrong. So uh, we have an excellent tasting product. Of course, we're going to say that because we help produce it, but it is great. We did. Just rough numbers, 555 gallons boiled, um, and we got about a little bit over 5 gallons of syrup. We did 6 pounds of sugar, so that was our first run, and we was pleased with that. I was amazed the amount of sap that we got. We got when we quit counting or quit collecting. And it killed me to throw sap away, but we was over 800 gallons when we quit collecting. So we got 176 taps, and I thought that was pretty. And again, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I was amazed with the amount of sap that we got off 176 taps. So that was pretty cool. Something else we did learn along the way is we did about 20 or 25 buckets. Um, there's nothing wrong with that. But for us, it did not work. Um, for the people who do with collecting buckets or the bags, uh, you're my heroes. All I got to say. That's a lot more work. So we're lazy. As you'll watch the videos, you'll find out. But that was pretty cool. So we was pretty happy with our first run. Where we go from now is we've got some decent temperatures this week. Today is actually January 30th when I'm shooting this part of the closing, basically. So this week we've got a couple of days a little bit warmer temperatures, and then we've got some more favorable temperatures coming into the weekend. So hopefully, if all the stars align, hopefully we're going to try to bowl this weekend. So pretty cool. We've had fun. And as we said in the earlier video, I don't know if that's in or not, but we have also learned that maple syrup should be about $500 to $1,000 an ounce with the work that goes into it. But it's great. It's fun. We've had fun thus far learning, and we're still learning. So again, we want to thank everybody. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the views. We asked if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Share the video, whatever you can do. And also for the folks that might be in our area or even outside of our area, some resources that we also lean on is Kentucky has the Kentucky Maple Syrup Association. I believe I got the words right. But you can go to their website, and they have resources and information, and they've been a help along the way with some classes this past season and so forth. So you have that, and also something that is kind of neat, and I'm sure they probably have this at other states or so forth, but Maple Days is coming up. So you can go to the website, or you could go to our Facebook page, and we've got information there on that. But Maple Days is coming up, and basically what that is,